Quick disclaimer. Do not harass, bully, or target anyone featured in this video. Watch this video while respecting others and enjoy the content respectfully. Hello, Rivals players. If you're seeing this, you probably already know what a bow is. It is a simple weapon that appears in a lot of pop culture and media. Today, we're talking about the bow and why some people get upset when non-PC pros use it. But first, let's get familiar with this somewhat obscure weapon. Chapter 1. What is the bow? The bow is a weapon often associated with spamming. It is an offensive, mostly ranged weapon. The average attack does around 30 to 50 damage depending on whether it's a headshot. Some might compare the bow to a revolver, with the difference being that the bow allows a double jump and generally more agile movement. Most players buy the bow early in the game and then discard it for the rest of their gameplay. But for the few who actually play it, they're often labeled as spam, especially anyone who isn't on PC. They're immediately called auto. We'll get to that later. Chapter 2. Mechanics. The bow can be used in two ways, shooting and charging. When you use the bow normally, it would look like any other weapon, except instead of rapid fire like an assault rifle, it has a cooldown similar to a shotgun. The difference is that its attack is narrower and functions more like daggers. The reason it's labeled as spam is simple. The bow does 30 attack standard and 50 attack on headshots. With such a short cooldown, a player can get kills in just 3 to 5 shots. Sound easy to use, right? Well, that's partially true. The more competitive side of the bow, the charge bow, is much harder to master. Before I'll explain it, I'll demonstrate how it works. See that? The 200% charge? This is the mechanic I mentioned earlier. First, let's look at the 125%, which is 37.5 attack and 62.5 headshot. It's decent for a quick shot, but that's about it. Next is 150%, where things start to get interesting. This does 45 attack base and 75 headshot, a solid boost for more impactful hits. Finally, the one you really can't afford to miss is the 200% shot. It deals 60 attack base and 100 headshot, a fantastic way to secure high-value kills. My recommendation is to pair the bow with a scythe, giving you an agile way to escape while charging your bow. This setup is especially useful in team matches. While your teammates are engaged, you can act as strong support with your bow. Even in 1v1s, the bow shines. You can land that early headshot crit and potentially start the match with a guaranteed advantage. But don't get me wrong, I'm making this sound easy. But timing is crucial. It gets really intense when you're the last one standing, and the stress really hits when the person you face becomes toxic. Chapter 3. Toxicity towards innocents. One problem I've noticed in the community is that whenever I use the bow, people often get toxic. They get mad that I'm using a decent weapon and immediately blame it on auto-shoot. This is because I use controller and I'm very good with controller compared to people actually using PC. Now let's play a little trivia. With a knife, can you use auto-shoot with the backstab? A. Yes. B. No. If you said B, my friend, you're correct. Auto-shoot only works with the standard attack, not special abilities. So why do people associate auto-shoot with using a charged bow? Simply put, many aren't aware of how a charged bow works. Calling someone auto when they may not be is unfair. It's basically discrimination. Players using devices like consoles are often labeled as auto-shoot, even when they have real skill. I think the Rivals community could really benefit from respecting each other and focusing on skill rather than assumptions. Subscribe to First Ascension, and also remember to join the Discord in the description. Peace.